Welcome back to Behind the Bar. I'm Michael, and today I'm here with Zeb Hargis, and we're going to talk about an exciting new brand that's coming back to Henderson, Kentucky, Silk Velvet.
That's right.
Zeb, will you tell us a little bit about the brand and the history there?
Yeah. So Silk Velvet started here in our hometown, Henderson, Kentucky, back in 1880.
Wow.
It was by A.S. Winstead, Colonel A.S. Winstead, might I add. And they were one of the prominent legacy brands that ever come out of Henderson. Been around for a long time during Prohibition. They had everybody's problems during Prohibition and had a big fire, and then next thing you know, Zach and I ended up finding her 100 years later, and here she is.
Well, that's incredible. After so long, what made you guys want to resurrect a brand that's been gone since Prohibition, over 100 years?
So Zach, my father, Mark Hargis, he obviously is a big antique collector. Anybody knows him. He's into the old stuff. He's always had anything Henderson related as far as the collection goes, even Silk Velvet, Peerless, you name it, but even down to Hotel Kingdom, anything that involved Henderson, he liked to collect. And so Zach and I, I've been in the alcohol industry for about a little over a decade, and Zach was in the alcohol industry as well, and we started seeing some Silk Velvet stuff in Dad's shop and looking at that and thought that was just as cool as could be, and seeing how old the brand was and how historic the brand was, that we just started looking around. And one day Zach is fiddling on trademark websites and sees it come available, and next thing you know, he calls me up and says, "Hey, what do you think?" And we're, it's all a dream really, as far as us just dreaming and having fun. And we presented it to Dad on Christmas, and from there just started snowballing into reality.
It's amazing what you can find in Henderson, Kentucky, because there's such a rich bourbon history here with Peerless and with all the new stuff that's happening. That leads me to clarify, this is not Rhythm River Distillery. No, this is its own thing, right? Mm-hmm, yep. So Silk Velvet will be its own brand.
That's right.
And for now, it will be part of what we call a non-distiller producer. But you are tied to what distillery?
Western Kentucky Distilling. It's in Ohio County. And the master distiller there, 8th generation master distiller Jacob Call, is who has been putting all of the juice into Silk Velvet for us, and who will continue to be putting juice into Silk Velvet for us. So we have that consistency base. Without having a true distillery just yet, we have that consistent master distiller making the same stuff for us each time.
Well, that's really cool.
And all that fun stuff.
Well, I want to look at the bottle a little bit. It's beautiful, blue label, and this is similar to the old label, correct?
Very much. We took the old label, same color, same lettering, even the same patch on the sides as far as their badge and their a few of the labels off, or a few of the pictures off the label, and we ended up just going from a whiteboard. My brother spent just no telling how many hours on this thing, building from whiteboard and recreating the original label as best as we possibly could, while giving it a facelift and getting it up to the new age.
Well, it'll certainly stand out very well on a liquor shelf. Beautiful color. I love the gold. I do want to ask something. It says whiskey. It doesn't say bourbon right here, but this is a bourbon, right?
This is a bourbon. It's a single barrel straight bourbon, sour mash style. Definitely a bourbon. Back before Prohibition, bourbon was not the known phrase for anything.
Sure.
So this brand is so old that we're talking pre-Prohibition here. So bourbon was not the name.
Absolutely.
It was not what it was known for. Whiskey was the word. And so even though it might have been a bourbon at the time, following all the guidelines of a bourbon, the brand was Silk Velvet Whiskey, so we kept homage to that with saying whiskey on the side. But if on the side of the bottle, it definitely lets you know that it is a single barrel straight bourbon, and not just a whiskey.
So the mash bill is 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. That is a famous mash bill around, but this is not MGP juice. Nope. This is not the same one that you would get from MGP. It's stuff from Western Kentucky, distilled by 8th generation Jacob Call, who we all know is a fantastic distiller.
Fantastic. He's put out in the last, I think, 5 years, over 3 whiskeys that have hit the top 20 in Whiskey Advocate. His father is making some awesome whiskey right this second as well. Him and his brother and his father are making a killer whiskey right this second. They know what they're doing. They put out some great juice.
Well, we've talked a lot. Would you mind if we try this out?
Let's crack one open. Let's do it. Pick your bottle. Which one? Either one you like.
I'll let you do the honors if you don't mind.
Here, you'll be the first. You'll be the first non-Hargis to crack one open. You crack her open. Rip that however you like.
What an honor. Very cool.
Listen to the pop.
Ooh, it's a nice one.
I like it. First alcohol of the day. This is going to wake our nose up now. This is a 107 proof, 6-year. Again, 75 corn, 21 rye, and 4% malted barley. Ash or char 4 barrel. And it is a single barrel, and it is smooth as butter.
Well, a little toast before we cheers. Western Kentucky is doing great things. There's wonderful bourbon here. There's wonderful tourism. It's the place to be right now. Come to Henderson, Kentucky. Taste some of the best spirits around. And with that, cheers.
Cheers to you.
Dude.
Yep.
That's really good stuff.
Yep. It's a good morning wake up right there. All right, we got good jobs right here.
We do have good jobs.
Drink some alcohol for the morning.
But it's subtle. You know, a lot of spice on the nose. By the nose, you think it's going to be really, really spicy, but it drinks so easy for 107 proof. And like you say, first drink of the day, you know, you expect to have that chest burn a little bit, but it's so easy to drink. Yep. So subtle.
Well, and Silk Velvet's slogan was the smoothest whiskey in the world, right? That was what their bold slogan was back in the day, and we have done everything we can to replicate mash bill, replicate the smoothness, and for being a 107 and to be this easy on someone is awesome. We're very excited and very proud of the juice inside here for sure.
Well, Henderson is proud of this product that's coming to town. And when can people start finding this around?
December 9th, we are going live, and we will be launching. You'll be able to pick it up in some local stores around here, initially on day one. But we will continue to grow from there to where you will be able to pick it up spread out. But we are focusing on Henderson, Kentucky first to ensure that we're bringing it to our hometown first to let them have the first stab at it on getting a hold of one. So, we're planning on going a lot wider than that down the road.
Well, absolutely. But if you're looking for bourbon tourism in Kentucky, don't forget about Western Kentucky. There's lots of great places to see here with the Green River and many, many more that will be here in the coming days. And with that, this has been Behind the Bar. I'm Michael. See you next time.